Brothers and sisters, welcome to my channel. Here I often post videos about news in the world of cryptocurrencies, and I strongly recommend you to subscribe to my channel in order not to miss the next news. Definitely it will be of use. Well, give likes, write comments, don't forget this is an important aspect. Let's go. So what's going on right now on New Year's Eve with cryptocurrencies, and especially in the XRP world? There are mediocre bounces up and down, and quite predictable. What's stopping you from making money on it? In my opinion, it is just not reasonable to expect much from XRP as Bitcoin did in 10 years, but you can get good money for your knowledge and experience by understanding the situation and the behavioral factor. Buy cryptocurrency on one exchange and sell it on another. My friend works on Binance and Bittrex and on average has up to 20% per month from the deposit. That is, just imagine, with $100,000 capital you can make a margin of just about $20,000 from operations. Is it normal? Who in our country gets such money? Such people are mostly not very many and they can really live on them. Remember friends, only with their brains, not their hands you can make a name for yourself and a significant capital. I'm constantly reading books on the subject and learning something new. After all, this is my life and my income, my future. I'm sure you have the same thoughts, and in order to turn thoughts into reality, it is necessary to make an effort to set goals, albeit small, but with the obligatory implementation of them. Pause and think, what is your goal right now and what are you doing to achieve it? What obstacles are standing in your way, in the form of uncertainty or other difficulties? You need to work out exactly the path itself, the thoughts of eliminating the hard steps to conquer it. In short, learn to be a purposeful and thinking person, and then the money will flow into your pockets. Be like Warren Buffett reading about famous rich people who made their capital, and life themselves from absolute zero is worth it.
Inflation, Keynes said it many years ago that it's an invisible tax that only one man in a million really understands, and it's a tax on people that have had faith in their currency that the government's issued. It's interesting, in the United States, the value of the dollar since I was born has declined by 94% to 6 cents. So inflation.
Unlike where we were when the internet was in its infancy.
That's a great question. I'm Ryan Zagone with Ripple.
Right. And say your name so everybody can.
Ryan Zagone with Ripple. There's a recognition here that there's many benefits to the technology. But unlike almost every other sector, the regulatory framework must be in place for innovation to take root in financial services. And there is a broad recognition that that is needed. Now, we've faced the same issue about an uncertain technology and an uncertain time before. This isn't the first time we've had to ask this question, and it was with the creation of the internet. We recognized
appropriate for XRP.
There's a lawsuit hanging over Ripple right now. A group of people are saying that XRP and Ripple are sort of tied together, and that XRP could be considered an unregistered security. What would you say to them?
Well, it's pending litigation, so I'll probably be a little bit, muted on the topic. Suffice it to say, we don't think it has merit. These are people who didn't buy XRP from us. We also don't believe XRP is a security. I think, one of the poignant arguments in my point of view is, if I went back to the office and said to the team at Ripple, hey, we're shutting down, XRP trades on 130, 140 exchanges around the world. XRP would keep trading. So you're like, wait a minute, okay, so if it's a security of what? It's not a security of Ripple. It doesn't give you the rights to dividends or ownership of Ripple, the company. We have shareholders of Ripple, right? We raised a Series A financing, a Series B financing, and we own a lot of XRP, but they're two separate things.
At the same time, we've seen recently Block One had the hammer come down on them from regulators. They were basically said that they were selling an unregistered security.
$24 million. Just
it's interesting you call that a hammer. They raised $4 billion and they
yeah, it's a light hammer. It's a light hammer.
You and I would do a judgment of hammer.
Maybe it's a fly swatter.
hammer.
Either way, so what's the difference between Block One and their token EOS versus what you guys are working on?
Well, I think one really important distinction is the XRP ledger existed before Ripple, the company. It's a public blockchain. You can go back and see kind of transactions 0, 1, 2, 3. You can see when Ripple was incorporated in the Secretary of State in California. Ripple didn't create the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger had utility prior to Ripple's existence. Certainly we are an interested party in the success of the XRP ledger, for sure. We own a lot of XRP. But it's a little bit like saying, Exxon owns a lot of oil. That doesn't make oil a security. Exxon's clearly interested in how to, we can argue about the health of the, I'm not here to debate carbon emissions.
Climate crisis, you want to get into that?
This isn't the example I wanted to choose here, but suffice it to say, Exxon cares a lot because they have a lot of
customers. And so we're seeing more momentum than we've ever had around using XRP to move this liquidity around the world. And so we couldn't really be happier about how that has played out in a world where there's still a lot, I think, of FUD, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of doubt about what's going on in crypto. This is a real use case solving a real problem for real customers.
Okay, so which banks right now are actually using Ripple?
We have signed up about over 200 banks around the world. Some of those banks just use our software to do that debit and credit, fiat to fiat, and some of them are using XRP in those flows. We have banks like Santander that we've been working with for years and are moving lots of volume through the Ripple's technology. And then, as I mentioned earlier, payment providers like MoneyGram or Ria or Asimov that are using XRP actually to move that liquidity and really reducing their costs and improving the product.
Just in terms of the transactions, though, that you're seeing using Ripple, what proportion of those actually use XRP versus direct, and just where do you see that ratio going? I'm just trying to get a sense of sort of how much XRP itself is actually used as part of the Ripple platform.
So I would say the order of magnitude, the way to think about it, is similar to the proportion of customers. So if we've got, I don't know, a couple hundred customers we have launched, 10 to 15 of them we've talked about using XRP, I would use that ratio as the total ratio between what's happening with Ripple's technology overall.
XRP, like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, has been volatile. I asked Brad if the message to investors is don't use XRP to speculate.
People are going to speculate on different asset classes. People speculate on gold, currencies. You name it, people are going to speculate. When we think about this, and what I've said very publicly is I think the long-term value of any digital asset is going to be derived from the utility it delivers. There is a lot of hype in the crypto market space. We've seen that even recently. A lot of attention around what's going on with Libra and Facebook's announcement around Libra. Today, that's just a white paper.
Surprise you? I would say the fight against violence to women. I know it's not the usual talk in fintech.
That doesn't surprise me from you. You are right.
But I'll tell you just a quick anecdote very quickly. About 5 years ago, as we were working on a program with Peru, I visited Lima, the authorities, and all the rest of it, and then we went to the high plain and visited with rural communities, and I was just fascinated to meet this woman.